All right, I'm Chief McFadden with the Guymon Fire Department, and this is an episode of Station 1. Today we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about our swiftwater team actually responded down to Houston for Hurricane Harvey. We did a response down there, a rescue response with Oklahoma Task Force 1. We'll talk to a few of the guys and see about their experience and what they have to say about it. You'll see some pictures from our response. We're also in the schools right now. We do Fire Prevention Week in October. It is Fire Prevention Week. Our motto this year is get out, stay out. So once you get out of a house fire, you need to stay out of the house fire. Don't go back in no matter what's inside. And then we'll talk about some upcoming events, and we'll talk about the Firefighters Ball. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy. All right, today I have Captain David Garrison with us, and David was one of the guys that went down with us to Houston. And I just wanted everybody to hear a little bit about our response to the Hurricane Harvey hurricane. And so with that, David, can you tell us a little bit about it, kind of what your experiences were and what you saw out there?
Well, I guess the number one question that I've got from several people was it as bad as that they're seeing on TV? And I was like, absolutely. You know, the depth of the water and the destruction is just horrifying. But I got to say, the thing that the most memorable experience that I got out of it was, you know, with a city and that whole area hurting as bad as they were, you know, people found time to come out and give back to us. We had families, not just the mom and dads, but the kids. The whole family was coming out and giving us coffee, giving us breakfast. Every morning we get up, it's almost like, you know, right on cue. You had families bringing us breakfast burritos and such. And I just thought it was really nice that the mother and father was coming out and teaching, you know, the kids that lesson of giving back, you know, because that town was hurting, and for them to take time away to give us that, it was just incredible.
So tell us a little bit about what boat you were on and kind of some of the missions you did.
Okay. I was assigned to Tulsa Boat 30. And a great bunch of guys. The Tulsa Task Force team, just incredible bunch of guys. And we had two boats, a aluminum boat and a raft, and we would get a call and be dispatched out to an area. And when we get to that area, we'd unload and we'd take the motorized aluminum boat as far as we could. And then we'd drop off the rubber boat, and then we'd actually walk into the neighborhoods, and we would walk in between apartment complexes, and almost everything we was in apartment complexes and second story, and it was just, you know, mind-blowing to come up to a apartment complex and the bottom floor would be flooded and the people were upstairs, and you'd be talking to them. It's like, are you okay? Yes, we're fine. Do you need to come out? You know, we can take you out. And some would say yes, some would say no. So, but yeah, I was with the Tulsa team, Boat 30.
So did y'all save a lot of people or evacuate a lot of people?
We evacuated a few. We didn't get as many as you did. And I had no pets, but yeah, we did evacuate several people and brought them out we'd bring them out to trucks, and then they'd get on the trucks and they'd take them back to staging, and then we'd go back in. And a lot of the calls we had were actually 911 calls to go check on a person and see if they're okay. And so we go in and check on them, check the welfare, and a few of the calls ended up not being really anything, but a few, you know, actually needed help, and we'd bring them out.
So we've talked about a little bit that, you know, we went to swiftwater class, I don't know, 8 months ago, and you know, you had kind of joked around that you didn't think you'd ever use it.
Right.
And,
yeah.
And here you are, once in a career, right?
Once in a career. You know, I remember when I did swiftwater, it was more of a kind of something that I wanted to do for myself to see if I could do it, and going to swiftwater and the city allowing us to go down and take that class that I actually thought we would never use, but I thought, you know, it's another thing in our toolbox that we could use eventually. And we went to swiftwater. Is the best class I've ever taken in my career. Came back and I thought, okay, now what? You know, we're not ever going to get to use it, but you know, we're ready. And sure enough, we get this call to go to Houston, and it was a very, very rewarding experience to be able to go down there, to be part of such a relief effort and a rescue effort. I mean, most guys will never see that in their career, and I've got to see that as well as several other things that I just don't think most guys get the chance to do. So it was an awesome experience.
Absolutely. So anything else you want to leave the viewers with?
No, I would just like to thank the viewers and the people in Guyman. Thank you so much for your prayers. We're getting emails and phone calls and texts saying we're thinking of you guys, we're praying for you, and I just really appreciate that.
So
it meant a lot.
So. All right, thanks, David.
Thank you, Chief.
Come on, buddy. Go sit over there on the bench, okay? Okay. Come sit on the bench. Come on. Come on, come sit on the bench. If you can't sit on the bench, sit in front of your friends over there, okay? This all we're getting right here? You got a teacher? Oh, yep. All right. What's up, guys? You guys having a good day?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, how old are you guys? You're that many? Awesome. You guys in preschool?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, my name's Carson. Okay, I'm a firefighter at the fire department, and this is he's the Fire Marshal Wes Gray. Okay? So, what room are we in right now? What does it look like? Does it look like a bathroom?
No.
What does it look like?
Kitchen.
A kitchen. That's exactly right. So, what do we do in a kitchen? We cook food. Who cooks?
Food.
We cook food. Who does it?
The big people.
The big people, mommy and daddy, right? Yeah, do little people cook?
No.
You can help cook, right? But you don't do it by yourself, do you?
No. We can help with the cake, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can help make a cake. Yeah, that's good to help mom and dad.
With the oven, right?
No, we're going to talk about that. So, does everybody know? There's a lot of things in the kitchen that could hurt you, but if we're safe, we're going to be okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about some things that keep you safe in the kitchen. Does anybody know what this is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It makes toast.
It makes toaster. That's exactly right. It makes toast, doesn't it? Do we stick our hands in the toaster?
No.
No. How come?
Because it's so hot.
It's so hot it'll burn us, right? And then you got to call an ambulance, and then we got to take you to the hospital. Do you guys want to go to the hospital?
No.
Nobody wants to go to the hospital, do you?
No.
Do we stick forks in here?
No.
Well, how come?
Because you'll get broke.
You could.
It'll get.
It'll shock you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not fun, is it? Because then it goes, bzzzt, and it gets you. It gets you real hard. It hurts. Okay?
It really hurts.
Does anybody know what this thing on the wall is right here?
Yeah. A plug.
That's a plug-in, right?
Yeah.
Do we stick our fingers in there?
No.
No, we don't do that. Do we stick forks in there?
No.
No, why not?
Because it will shock you.
Yeah, it will. It'll get you, won't it? And it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts, yeah. Does anybody's mommy and daddy have a blow dryer?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you find them in the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Do you put them in the sink when you're done using it?
No.
No, how come?
Because then it will get water in there.
That's exactly right, and it'll shock you because electricity that comes out of here and water, they don't like each other, and they hurt, okay? What's this thing up here?
A microwave.
Microwave, what do we use it for?
So that making things very hot.
Like popcorn?
Yeah.
You guys like popcorn?
Yeah.
Yeah, we make popcorn in that. Do we put things in there like a toaster?
No.
No, we don't do that, do we? We let big people do this, don't we? And touch the buttons and stuff. We don't play with this, do we? No, because we don't want it to go boom. Well, we don't want it to go boom, do we?
Yeah. It's go hot.
Do we put paper towels in the microwave?
No.
No, because they'll catch on fire, huh? And then you pull them out, and now you're on fire. That's not good, is it?
No.
Nobody wants to be on fire, do we? What's this thing right here?
An oven.
It's an oven. What do we use an oven for?
For making things that
Like pizza?
and toast.
Yeah, like pizza? Yeah, absolutely. Is this thing hot?
No.
Well, not right now, but when we cook on it, does it get hot?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, huh? Do we leave our pan handles like this? Do we leave it sticking out?
No.
How come we don't?
Because it'll burn.
Yeah, because then you grab it and it goes boom right there on your head. Now your head's on fire. That's not cool, is it? No. So what do we put in the oven? We put like pizza in the oven?
Yeah.
Does it get hot in there?
Yeah.
It gets very hot, doesn't it? Do we put our hands in there?
No.
No, we let big people touch the oven, don't we?
Yeah.
And when big people use it, they use one of these oven mitts, don't they? To get the pan out? So say we put the pan up here, do we put the oven mitt back in there?
No.
No, we'll get there in just a second. So we put the oven mitt back in there? No, because it'll catch on fire, won't it? And then we got fire all over the place. This back here is a fire extinguisher, and all you guys should have one of these in your kitchen. You should go home and ask your parents if you have one of these, okay? This is what we use. Say this pan catches on fire. We use this to spray on there to put the fire out. It's like a little bitty mini fire truck, just without the engine.
Do you guys use water?
Sometimes we do. So let's talk about it real quick. So if there's smoke in your house, where's the smoke going to be?
Outside.
Is it going to be up here or is it going to be down there?
Yeah.
Where's it going to be? Up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be up here, isn't it? Okay, all the hot air is going to go up here, okay? So how do we get out of a house? Yes, then it comes down. Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. So how do we get out of here? Do we walk backwards?
No.
Do we run?
Yeah.
What do we do?
We drop down. We stop and then we drop
Okay.
down and then we
That's if you're on fire. Absolutely correct. That's good. If you're on fire, yes. But say we're not on fire right now. We just got smoke in here. So how are we going to get out of here? You guys know how to crawl?
I do.
Show me how to crawl. Show me right here. Somebody show me. Come on. Somebody show me how to crawl. Can you show me? Let me see. That's exactly right. See how he's crawling? He's staying below. And so whenever we come into your house and we have our bunker gear on and our coats and our hats and our helmets and all that stuff, when we come in, you know how we're going to come in? We're going to crawl too. We're going to be dragging a fire hose with us, but we're going to crawl along the ground, okay? So you guys want to practice your crawling?
Yes.
Okay. So say we got smoke in here now. Everybody get on the ground. Come here. Everybody get on the ground. Come on. Everybody on the ground. Everybody on the ground. You got that's Alan Williams in there. You got to crawl in there to him, okay?
Come on. There you go.
And I'll see you guys in just a minute, okay?
All right, now we have Fire Marshal Gray. He went down with us to Houston as well. So tell us from the get-go, once Homeland Security made the call, what were some of the things that happened? What did you have to do to get ready?
First off, the thing that really had to worry about was my family. Had to make sure my family was set. When we got the original orders, it said be gone for 7 days, up to 14 days. So of course, I've got a wife and 2 kids at home. Wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. And then from there, my job as rescue coordinator with the rescue team is to come here and make sure all of our stuff is ready. So I came here and made sure all of our stuff was packed and everybody was loaded and everybody was on the same page.
So once we went out, we headed out and we convoyed down there. There were 2 vehicles. We got there. So where did you end up first?
We were deployed to San Antonio at the AT&T Center. There, we were only there for about an hour before we left San Antonio and were moved to College Station. And
So back up a little bit. So
Okay.
tell us a little bit about San Antonio when you got to the AT&T Center. Tell us the sights, what you saw, what you experienced, just about what was going on there.
San Antonio was crazy, just the amount of help that was there. There was so many ambulances, just hundreds of ambulances. It seemed like thousands of chartered buses that were being used to shuttle refugees back and forth from camps. But it just a sea of people there to help. It was pretty neat. It was very rewarding, just everything that was there for us because we were there to help people.
So and then you went to Bryan, Texas. We staged at Texas A&M. So tell us a little bit about A&M and then.
Oh, we were there at College Station at Texas A&M. That's where we met up with the rest of the Oklahoma Task Force. We were on.
And when we say Oklahoma Task Force, about how many members do you think were there? How many boats and?
I believe 60-something boats, possibly, and over 100 members. Probably that many vehicles at least.
There's a lot of people.
Lot of people. A lot of people.
From all over the state of Oklahoma. And
Yes.
so what were some of the agencies that you remember?
We had the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, the Oklahoma Game Wardens, Durant, Tulsa Task Force, the Oklahoma City Task Force. We had Norman, Edmond, Vertigus, Calera. I mean, agencies from all over.
All over the state of Oklahoma with all different types of agencies.
All different types of agencies. We had, it was a sight to see career fire departments and volunteer departments coming together and working as one. It was very, very
So
rewarding.
move on a little bit farther. You get into Houston. We start rolling into Houston. What were some of the sites that you remember?
The thing that blew my mind about Houston was the fact that I kind of had it in my mind on the way there that we were going into complete devastation, that this town was wiped out and there was nothing left and we were going to come be the heroes. When we got there, the thing that really kind of struck me weird was life still goes on. Houston is a massive city, and they still had people that were playing soccer and going to work and doing all kinds of stuff, and then you would turn one block and there's water.
Except for Whataburger at 11 when we wanted Whataburger.
Yes, they were closed,
they were
and
closed.
Whataburger, not cool. So, but it was just kind of it was a different picture than what I had in my mind. Just the fact that they continued on, and over social media I definitely saw the hashtag Houston Strong, and they proved it. It was Houston Strong.
So which boat were you assigned to?
Early day 2, I was assigned to Tulsa Boat 26 as their force security. Being law enforcement and fire, they kind of reallocated me to become their security for their boat. Each boat had 2 rescue swimmers, a boat captain, a boat driver, and law enforcement for security. So that became my job.
So one of the cool things about the whole deployment was we went down there, we didn't have a boat, so we weren't technically a rescue team. They weren't going to allow us to do much, but the command structure decided that every boat needed 2 rescue swimmers, and so we got paired up with a lot of different teams. But Wes, he did get to go on both sides. He really did. He was fire and he was a rescue swimmer. He was also security. So did a lot of cool things. Do you remember one rescue that really sticks out in your mind?
Yeah, the funniest rescue the only rescue that really sticks out in my mind is late day 3. We had a lady that she was trying to make it back to her house to get a few things, and she was dropped off by a canoe at her house, and the person that was in the canoe said, "Hang tight, I'll be back later." Well, that person didn't come back, so we pulled around the corner and she kind of yelled at us, and we were able to help her out. The problem was she was dry. We didn't want her to get wet because of the contaminants in the water. So we were trying to do everything we could to get to where she was. The problem was our boat was too large to fit through her fence. She had a gated porch that, so myself and Dennis Dudley waded out to her. We were in about chest deep water, and we were trying to figure out a way to do it, and I found a compost box that was actually floating in the water, and thought, well, this floats. Let's see if she can ride it. So the lady actually straddled it like a saddle, and we pulled her through the fence and loaded her on our boat from there. So got to rescue with a compost box, which was
awesome.
Kind of everything that you use, everything that you can. So
anything else you'd like to leave the viewers with?
First off, just like everybody else, thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity to go to Houston. It was very rewarding, and thank you for the prayers and the text and the phone calls and all the social media posts. It was very rewarding. We thank you very much.
So thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
There we go, guys. There you go. All right, get in here. Save yourself from the fire.
There you go. Good job.
Good job. All right, guys, if you guys will stand up and gather around this here ledge and sit on this first 2 stair, and I'll explain to you guys about some firefighter safety once you get to the living room, okay? All right, I am firefighter Allen with the fire department. This is the man Wes, and you guys know who do you guys call whenever there's an emergency or a fire? Who do you call?
You call 911.
You call who?
911.
Everybody get it. Who do you call? 911. Good job. Okay, and whenever there's a fire, there's going to be smoke.
and the smoke goes up, okay?
Yeah.
So
And
it's-
then it comes down, 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 down.
No, the smoke stays up, okay? But you go down. So the smoke goes up, and you go where?
Down.
Down. All right, I want you guys to remember that. That right there is a smoke detector, okay? And that's what alarm lets you guys know that there's a fire, and that one, and it alarms you guys to get out of there, okay? So say you just got out of school, just finished playing around at school, you're about to go home, be in the living room, play some video games, and you come in your living room and you see at your fireplace, you see a couple things that shouldn't be there, you know. So we're gonna point out a couple things that may not, or that definitely should not be there. So whenever you see that, you go run and tell mom or dad, okay?
Okay.
All right. So sitting there, what do you guys see here that probably shouldn't be here? Point it out. Anybody?
That shouldn't be there.
Right here?
Yeah.
You're right. This should never be there. This is highly flammable, and it can explode as well. So if you ever see something, where does this belong? Outside or in the garage, right?
Outside.
Outside. Yes, good job. So you ever see something like that, you run and tell mom, okay? We care about you guys, so we don't want y'all to get hurt, all right? Moving on, if you ever see something on the edge, you know, some say that was on the edge, you don't want that there, okay? But you ever see something like a candle on the edge, you want to make sure that that's not there, because what if you have a little brother or little sister, right? And then they come and they boom, and they knock that over. That can cause a fire and that can hurt them, all right? We don't want that. So make sure you go tell mom and dad, all right? Another thing, should this be in the fire? No, that should not be in the fire. That should not be in the fire, because this can cause embers, and embers float and they travel. And you can hit the cabinets, you can hit the curtain, the frame, the floor, and it just spreads a fire. Or you can hit that. You can hit the teacher, yes, and she can burn as well. She may have to stop, drop, and roll. You don't want that, okay? One last thing, guys. Who do we call again in an emergency or a fire? Who do we call?
911.
911, there you go. Okay. This, do you want this right here next to the fire?
No.
No, you don't. Good job, you don't want that there. Because what can happen is that this, listen, this can get hot, and it'll sizzle, and it'll expand, and then boom! Next thing you know, there's a fire, right? And you don't want that. And when there's a fire, where does the smoke go? Up. And then where you go? Down. So come on, get down, come on, get down. All right, now you guys crawl up the stairs. Crawl up the stairs. Go ahead, crawl. Get up the stairs. You got to get out of here. There's a fire, you got to go. There you go. Now touch that handle. Is it hot? Is that door hot? No? All right, go. Crawl. There you go. Get out of here.
Start sitting up there, okay?
All right. Go ahead. Keep crawling.
Come on.
Okay, today we have Lieutenant Vaughn with us. He was a rescue swimmer with us. So tell us a little bit about the trip down there, if you would.
Trip down there, we got the call. It was kind of late in the evening. So, you know, we all make sure our families are safe, get our bags, get ready to go. And it was a long trip, like 10 and a half hours, somewhere around in there.
Might have been a little less if Siri and Wes would have taken us the right direction. Right?
We did have two vehicles. We had the TRT and then your vehicle. And then we had a navigator in your vehicle. We started following you guys. We kind of got behind a little bit, and then we were told to watch out for a possum in the road. In the TRT, we never came across a possum. Reason being is because we took the right turn and you guys took the wrong turn. So it was kind of funny. But it was a good trip, very long though.
We all got there, so we got there safe in one piece, so we're good. Happy for that. So once you got there, what boat were you assigned to?
The very first day that we got there, we were actually in just a civilian's boat that just wanted to help. And it was Captain Dudley, Firefighter Darnell, and myself. All we did was do welfare checks, pretty much like the 911 calls that had been coming in. And that's whenever Firefighter Darnell said that we thought we'd seen the alligator, and it was kind of scary. But that's all we did the first night. Second night was a little more interesting.
So you were kind of unique. You got put on two separate boats. One of them you were actually somebody pretty powerful in the state of Oklahoma, or state of Texas, excuse me. So who is that, and kind of what all did you do with him?
Yes, sir. I was with Brian Hughes, state senator, and Cole Hefner, a representative for Texas. They represent the Paris, Texas area. They came down. They got assigned to Oklahoma Task Force 1. They needed a swimmer, so I hopped on with them and continued helping them rescue people out.
So very good. And then you're also assigned to a game warden boat. You and I both were assigned. That's where I was assigned, was a game warden boat. You were on a game warden boat. The cool thing for us is we got to be on airboats. Those things go a lot farther and a lot better than some of those other rafts. Tell us about one of your experiences with the airboats.
Airboat was awesome. Told the game wardens that had been my first time ever on an airboat.
It was awesome until one point.
It was awesome. What we were doing is we were on a small airboat, so there was 2 game wardens with me. I would hop out of the boat, do the rescues, put the rescuers the victims onto the boat. Game wardens would take them around to safety and then come back and pick me up. It's getting kind of late in the day, so game wardens are like, well, we're just going to try it. We're only 4 or 5 blocks away. So we start heading out, going kind of slow. And if you've ever been on an airboat, or a regular boat, as soon as you hit the throttle, it goes straight up. An airboat, it'll go down and then come up first. So we had 2 boats coming on the opposite direction of us, and water started coming onto the boat. Game warden did all he could. He tried turning it into the bank so that we could just bilge the water out. About that time, the second boat's wake hit us, and we completely flipped the airboat over. So then it was survival mode, trying to get all the victims back out of the water, and then also trying to save the boat, which we were able to save the airboat. So.
Awesome. So out of the people you did rescue, is that one of your most memorable moments, or do you have another one that?
That probably would have been my most memorable that I remember of Houston. Yes, sir.
Between the alligators and the
alligators and flipping airboats.
And again, we keep talking about Houston, Houston Strong, how good they were to us. When we went down there, this is where we slept. We slept underneath the awning of the trailer. We kind of pulled up our truck for a little bit of security, privacy, and didn't really have anywhere to shower or anything like that. And there were some people that you met that kind of helped us out with that, right?
Yes, sir. Everybody from Houston was awesome to us. Every morning, it seemed like as soon as you wake up,
the best donuts ever.
People would bring you donuts, breakfast, burritos. I mean, the people of Houston were actually amazing. Did meet one guy that came up and asked us if we needed anything, and I asked him if he actually knew anywhere we could take showers. We're going on day 3, no showers. We were all kind of stinky.
Kind of. That might be an understatement.
So he actually owned a building that had 3 showers in it. So, and he allowed us to come over there and for everybody to shower in our.
Well, that was pretty awesome. So, big shout out to them. I think it was. Remember the name of it?
It was
Yoga Athletics.
Yoga Athletics in Houston, Texas.
So if you're in Houston, go by and see them. Well, anything else you want to leave the viewers with?
Thank you everybody for letting me go. It was a great experience. Living out here in the middle of nowhere, you don't see a lot of water, so it was definitely a sight to see, something I'll probably never see again in my lifetime, but it was an amazing trip. Thank you.
And we do keep talking about, why, I guess we should preface this by why we have a swiftwater team. If you remember, about 3 years ago, we did have a significant flood out by Four Corners. The water was about a half a mile wide. Raging flash flood came through. I think there were 3 or 4 vehicles in the middle. And we were tasked with figuring out if anybody were in them, and they were asked what we would do if there were people in them. And at the time, we didn't have the equipment, we didn't have the training, we didn't have the knowledge. It wasn't feasible. We would have figured something out, and we would have done it, but I don't think we would have been as safe or effective as we would be now. So there was some reasons why we went to these classes. It wasn't just because it was fun, but it's just we're all hazards fire department, and this is just another tool in our chest that we can help if we need to.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, RJ.
Thank you.
All right. How was the living room?
Good.
Is it good? Did you learn something?
No.
What'd you learn down there?
The fire comes up here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. All right. Welcome to my bedroom. This is my bedroom. See my bed?
Yeah.
It's not made right now. I'm washing my sheets. Do you guys have a bedroom?
No.
You do?
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you sleep there
Yeah.
every night?
Yeah.
All right. Do what?
Sleep in my bed.
Okay, so what's the number you call if there's ever a fire in your house? 911. That's exactly right. Okay, and then we come to your house. We turn the big lights and sirens on. And we come to your house, right? Okay. So how many? You got to have 2 ways out, right? Because say one way is blocked by fire, right? Okay. So and when we get out, we stay out, don't we? Okay. So once you get out of the house, you don't go back in, do you? But what if you left your favorite toy? Yeah, it could be burnt. You don't know. Are you going to go back and get it? No. What if you forgot your favorite doll? Are you going to go back and get it? No. We stay out, don't we? Okay, and when we get out of the house, when we get out of the house, we go to a meeting place. Okay, here in a second we're going to talk about it, but our meeting place today is the mailbox outside, okay? That way when we come to your house, we know where you're at, okay? We can see you. That way you're not in the backyard playing on the swing set. And then we go in and try to find you, right? That's bad because then you're outside, right? Okay, so say you're in your bedroom and you can't get out. Okay, it's too smoky and there's too much fire. Are you going to be quiet and hide under your bed? Well, what are you going to do?
You're gonna get out.
But what if you can't? What if we're coming in to get you? Are you going to be quiet and like sit under your bed and be scared? No. What are you going to do? You're going to yell at us? Yeah, you got to say, hey, I'm over here. That way we can come find you. It's going to be loud in there. And we have all of our gear on and we can't hear very well, okay? See kind of how loud it is in here? Okay, we got to yell, okay? So we know what this is right here. That's exactly right. They're usually up here, aren't they? Like this one right here, huh? Okay, it's called a smoke detector. Okay? When it sees smoke, it goes off and it sounds real loud. You want to hear what it sounds like? Yeah, it's real loud. Whoa. That's loud, huh? Okay, that's to wake us up at night, okay? So, where we talked about, okay, if we're in bed, do we hide under our beds? No, we don't. Okay, you gotta holler at us, okay? Okay, another thing we're gonna talk about on the way out. On the way out, you're gonna have to crawl over there in just a second. You're gonna have to crawl over to that door behind your teacher, okay? That door's kind of warm. It's not hot, I promise. It's warm, okay? You gotta go over there and you gotta feel it with the back of your hand, okay? That's what we feel it with. If we walk up just to the door, we put our hand on it just like that, and you can feel if it's warm. If it's warm, we have to go out the window, okay? Does that make sense? That's what we're gonna do, okay? Here in just a second, I'm gonna do a little bit. We're gonna hear the smoke alarm go off, okay? And when we do, you're gonna start us, okay? You're gonna have to crawl over there and touch the door, and then feel if it's hot, and then come out the window, okay? And there'll be a firefighter waiting. And then you gotta go to where? But then when we get out the window, where do we go? To the mailbox, right? Okay. Now everybody's got to act like we're sleeping, okay? Everybody lay down. Everybody lay down on the ground. Lay down. Lay down. Now nothing's gonna get you or scare you, okay? Okay. Everybody listen. As soon as you hear the smoke alarm go off, you got to start crawling, okay? Think we can do that? All right. Everybody close your eyes. Go to sleep. Pretend you're going to sleep. All right, everybody crawl over the door. It feels hot. Uh-oh. Sounds like you better go out the window. Maybe. You better go out the window. Careful, one at a time, one at a time. Be careful. Turn around. Hey, turn around and face me, buddy. Is the door hot? Is it warm? Okay, well, we better go out the window.
All right, now we have Ricky Darnell with us. He went down with us as a rescue swimmer also. So Ricky, which boat were you on?
I was with Durant for the first 2 days that we were there. They just had a little 10 or 12 foot raft, motorized raft. There was 3 of us on that boat.
Awesome. So when you went down, what are some of the sights and some of the things that you kind of remember that stick out the most in your mind?
Just like David said, the devastation of the actual flood. We were in a couple areas where there was multi-million-dollar homes that was halfway underwater. So I mean, they're just gonna have to rebuild everything.
So you rescued quite a few people, or evacuated quite a few people, correct? Yeah. What's one story that you remember of, that sticks out in your mind of one of the victims that you rescued?
We actually had a whole family that we evacuated, and there was probably 5-6 foot water around their house, and it was an old lady that kept saying, "Hey, I need to go here get my aunt." So we'd go over here and get her aunt, and we'd take her back to this house. And then their whole family lived in this little cul-de-sac, so we had to go to each house and get them, and then we were finally able to pull them out. And they were so thankful because there hadn't been anybody in there for the last 3 days. And she took down our names and said that she was extremely thrilled that we were there.
Awesome. Well, you guys did a tremendous job. I think Oklahoma Task Force 1, which is who we were signed up with, on first day evacuated some 545 people and 75 pets. So we did a great, Oklahoma did a wonderful job representing in Texas. So what are some other things that you saw about the trip? Can you tell us a little bit how the trip started and what all went down?
The first night that we were there, we went out and did night operations. Well, we got sent to this one area, and it was for a welfare check for an elderly man. They hadn't talked to him since Friday. And so me and RJ and Dennis went out to that area. And when me and RJ was actually in the boat, and when we got up to the door, it was probably 2 feet from the top of the door. Well, we'd heard the whole stories about snakes and alligators and everything else, so we get up to the door. Well, it's pretty dark out, you can't hardly see anything, so we look in. Well, at the opening of this door, there's a wooden barrel. At the time, we didn't know it was a barrel. All we could see was the very top of it, and it looked like the top of an alligator. So we kind of freaked out about that.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell the viewers, kind of about your experience? Or
thank you for the opportunity, sending us down there. It was a very humbling and rewarding experience. Like David said, never thought that we would ever use any of the swiftwater rescue stuff. But it was just a good experience to go down there and help out people of Houston.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, kids. Come on. Hey, one at a time. One at a time, okay? Turn around the other way. Turn the other way, buddy. Turn this way. Look, stop just a second. Turn around. Look, back up. Back up. Here, turn around this way. Look, there you go. Keep turning. You're okay. You're okay. I got you, buddy. Now come backwards, okay? Come on. Step. There you go. There you go. Wait, one at a time, okay? Hold on. Hey, you guys got to go over there and say thank you to Mr. David, okay? He came all the way up from the other side of the state with Oklahoma Farm Bureau, okay?
Hi,
Go say thank you to Mr. David over there. You got to go to your meeting place, okay? Go to the mailbox. Go say thanks to Mr. David. Come on. Come on, turn around, buddy. Turn around. I got you, dude. You're okay. Come on. I got you. You're okay. You're okay, buddy.
Firefighter Carson, he's going to help you guys.
Hey, come on. Go say thank you to Mr. David after you go to your meeting place.
There you go. Good job. Right here.
Go to the mailbox, buddy. Go to the mailbox. Come on, buddy. Turn around the other way. Turn around. Turn around. Look, go back up there. There you go. Now come on down. Come on. There you go. Go say thank you to Mr. David, okay? He's at the mailbox. He's at the mailbox, okay? He said thank you. Go ahead, buddy. Go down there. Go to the mailbox. Say thank you to Mr. David. Come on.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
There you go. Go to your meeting place, buddy. There you go. Turn around, buddy. Spin around.
Spin around. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I got you, bud. Come on.
Now 1 foot at a time, okay?
Come on.
Put 1 foot on
There's
that
your step right there. There you go. Come on.
Come on.
You're okay.
He's got you.
You're okay, buddy. You're not gonna fall. I got you.
You got it. You're not going to fall. She's okay. You're okay.
You got it, buddy.
Hold on to those pipes up there.
There you go. You're good, dude.
You're doing good.
You're good, buddy. You're okay. You're fine. I got you. Okay, now you gotta go to the mailbox, okay? Can you do that? Can you go to the mailbox? Atta boy. Okay, go say thanks to Mr. David over there at the mailbox.
Alright, see?
Come on, big guy.
1 foot at a time, buddy.
One
foot
step,
at a
1
time.
foot. There you go.
1 foot.
Atta boy, you got this figured out, buddy.
Yeah, you got to figure it out.
Those are some cool shoes. Bet you can run fast with those. Go to the mailbox, buddy. Oh, nice boots, buddy. Nope, you got it. You're okay. All right, go to the mailbox. Say thank you to Mr. David over there. Come on, girlfriend, I got you. There you go. Good job. Keep coming. You're okay. Oh, I got you. All right, go down there to Mr. David. Remember, you get out and you stay out, right? Okay, we stay out. We don't go back in. Remember that, okay? Hey, you guys have fun back in class, okay? We got to go back to work. See you, buddy. Boom, got it. Got one. Okay, got it. You guys be good, okay? Have fun. All right.
I'm Chief McFadden with Station 1, Chief here at the Guyman Fire Department. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Station 1. If you do have any questions about Hurricane Harvey response, we'd be more than happy to come and do a presentation at any kind of things that you have, any kind of Rotary events, Lions Club. If you want us there, we'll come and we'll show you some more pictures and have a little bit more intimate of a relationship and talk to you that way. Also, I hope you learned a little bit about fire prevention, and we see about 1,500 kids this week, and if one of your kids is one of the kids that we saw, I hope you reiterate all the things that we have told them and how to keep them safe during house fires. Thank you.
Yes, sir.